Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day today. Today I'm going to show you how you get good at building a TheoTown city. And also, if this video gets at least 5 likes, I will do a part 2 of this. I'm not sure if we're going to get 5 likes in time, but I don't think we'll get it in time. But guys, I just hit 67 subscribers, so thank you for watching. And yeah, and also, this video may be boring, but it's for your entertainment purposes only for building a good city in TheoTown. This is only for beginners and good people. Yeah, those are for people who can't build a good city yet, or probably you're going to be a noob at it. And also, this video hits up and gets me 70 subscribers, I will also do a part 2 or part 3 of it. And yeah, thanks for watching me talk, and let's begin the video. Okay? Here we go. Number 1, you want to name it a random name. Number 1, you want to name your city a random name that you want. So yeah, number 1, you wanna place your dirt road like this. And then once you've done that, you can upgrade it. And once you've done that, it will become a village. Just make it a little decent and nothing too tricky. Then you want to upgrade it to a country road in sandbox, easy, or hard mode. Easy and medium are probably the same thing because they contain a lot of money and isn't hard to maintain. But hard mode is impossible for new players because it requires people to be happy and will ruin your rating quite badly. So let's start with an average tile size. 2x5, let's say. Let's start with an average road tile size. 2x5, let's say. And now you want to put your residential zones down. And now you place a commercial here. And now you want to place the country road in another 2x5 layout. And now more commercials and residentials. And also I'm playing Marcel Vos's video in the background. This is not copyright, I'm just doing a collab with him. And now if you want people to enter your city, they have to take the highway. And now you want them to get an underpass so they can interact with your city. And also you want an industrial zone far away from your people. So place some industrials there and some commercialism. And also I'm building a European city, by the way, not American. And also, if you have some random plugins, you just want to place them down. Yeah, if you got at least 10 random plugins, just place them down. And now you want to place down a random flag. Yeah. Yeah, now you want to place a random flag down. Yeah. And then if you want to remove something, just click the remove tool. I've already played TheoTown before, and I already knew to make an expert city. So that's why these tips are tutorials to help your monthly bill. And once you add up on these rows, residential, and that's a cut. And if you want to add more residential zones or commercial or industrial, they get more and more expensive. So save up your prices on your money. Now you want to place down your police station. I think 5 of them should do well. And fire stations. I think 4 of them should do. And people don't want to get sick, so we better place 3 doctor's offices down. And now we don't want the people being polluted, so yeah. We have to have a landfill. I know it's going to be unsuccessful, but whatever. And also, if you have a beach side, you just want to place down some beaches. And also, there's a recommended plugin down there. Or if you want that plugin, you can just get it in the store. And also, you want to place down a small park. And now you want to place down some churches. Maybe 6 will do the job. So yeah, just place a random statue down if you want to. And now you want some management, so place down a town hall and a village square for the town hall. And connect them by roadside to make sure they have road connection. And also make sure you save up your money on more buildings, because once you add up all your buildings, they get more and more expensive. So save up your price on your money, and maybe just reschedule it. And also, if you want some demands, just go to the demand section. They are divided into three levels of wealth, from poor, medium, wealthy. And whether in the next update, they'll be very wealthy. And also, this city is going to be British and German at the same time. Or American. There we go. And also, you have some random residential or commercial or industrial plugins. You definitely want those. Or if you have a random spot that you want to put your dense residential down, then go ahead.
If your dinghy slide is going over a hill too fast and flies off the track, simply put a tunnel track piece instead of an open track piece and the boat can no longer fly off the track, no matter how fast you go. Make it painful for the guests though. For rides that can fly off the tracks and don't have tunnels available, like the bobsleigh coaster and the side friction coaster, make sure you don't go over hills faster than 40 kilometers per hour or 25 miles per hour.
Also, you have some random zoning plugins. You just want to place those down as well.
The Ghost Train and Haunted House ride are the only two rides in the game that can fly off the track if they take a turn too fast. Keep this in mind when building them. They do have brakes available, so controlling the speed isn't too difficult. If you're doing a difficult scenario,
yep, it's not cheap.
If you completely mess up, it's such a great feeling to discover that you only have to go back a few months instead of starting entirely. These are especially important right.
And also remember up your shortcut keys.
Happens on the 30th of October. Have some sort of quick way for determining the price you can charge for the rides.
And also, if you're feeling kind of bored, just place down some random residential, commercial, industrial zones or whatever. It's not like they're part of a residential zone coming soon. They're just for decoration.
If the scenario you're playing has a guest call and you charge for the rides,
and also there's a random zone being constructed. You just want to place down some construction or industrial areas.
they will leave the park incredibly quickly and you won't get enough guests to pass the ball. It can be a good idea to pause the game when you need to think about what you're going to do next to make sure that you don't lose too much time. You can do this at the very start of a scenario.
know
If the
everything is going to
rating
look
of your
bad
coaster is over
soon,
10,
but
there's quite a good chance that it is because
who
of
knows?
excessive lateral g-forces. If you have above 2.80 lateral g-forces, you get quite a
And
large
now
boost to the
you want to
intensity
make
rating.
a
If it's
free
above
depot for your
3.10, you get an
trains.
even larger penalty. You can use the lateral G graph to see where the lateral G's are above 2.80. In OpenRCT2, the graph turns red whenever it's above 2.80, but in RCT2 Vanilla and RCT Classic you just have to eyeball it.
So yeah,
Here is a
if you
table
want
with
your
all the
railway
stations
needs
rating
to
every
connect to
element of
other
the coaster's
neighbors, you
lateral G
can.
path without getting excessive heat. If you stay 5 kilometers per hour or more below these values, you should be fine. Benches and trains all over your path. They are incredibly cheap and will help keeping your path clean and your guests vitalized. Display flaps, they are completely useless. Remember to customize your research. If you don't have an ATM available, you need one.
And also, you
Anywhere
want
50%
please
research shows
more
only a good
decoration,
percentage.
just put in some random
Transport rides
commercial
are
or
generally
industrials
useless, so disabling
or
those is a good
construction
idea.
areas if you want.
Wooden thrill rides and coasters are the most useful to research. If you really want to micromanage, you could use the same trick as with the handyman and briefly set the research to 0 for every
You
payment.
know, if you
I
want to
don't
place some
recommend it
fake
as it might
buildings
only
down,
work for a
just use
dubious
some
possibility.
random DSA
If you pay
decorations.
parking,
Or
don't
if you
bother
have some
putting
house
buildings higher next
plugins,
to the
you could
closest
place down
building
some
to its
fake
path.
houses or
They're
sheds.
free and they can make sure that you will never have problems with broken rides, dirty paths, unhappy guests and vandalism. If you have 50 entertainers in a small park, you have to really mess things up for your guests to be content.
And also, if you have random boat
Launch
plugins,
walls are a great money
you can
business. They're incredibly
place down
cheap
some
and
random
very
boats.
small.
Or if you have plane
Also,
plugins,
you can
you
often
can just
charge
place
more
those
than
down.
$10
Or
for them.
controls.
If you really need some cheap and profitable rides that
And
attract
then,
lots of
if
guests,
you're feeling afraid that a
Deurklink
fire could
offers a
happen,
system
you
that
can
allows
just place
unlimited
down some
access.
lookout
These
towers.
two-station pieces with half a corkscrew launch at 35
I think
kilometers per
6 of
hour
them
or
should
50
do.
miles per hour. The corkscrew coaster isn't available. The looping coaster with
There we
just a
go.
looping
A
bridge
tower.
is
A
standard.
tower for watching people.
Don't be afraid to build the same ride twice. If park value and ride price of a ride does decrease by 25%, so you build another ride of the same type, but that
And
doesn't
now
count as a
you
benefit
want
you
to
get from spamming a microcoaster or building something like the
expand
6.3 volts. And
so that
lastly,
this will
don't
be the
forget to
poor
run a test
section.
at least once every week to satisfy the RCT gods. If you don't do this, they will get angry and make all your rides crash. Okay, maybe don't do that last one unless you're feeling sadistic. And that were all the 42 tips that I have for you. I hope you learned something useful that you can apply to your own gameplay. Don't forget to read the comments to see if people left even more tips there. You of course don't have to use all these tips to beat difficult scenarios like empty airfield, but the more tips you use, the more efficient your playing will become. Once you have used these tips a couple of times, they will become a second nature to you. You won't even feel like you're actually doing something special anymore. Just like customizing my research,
Let's go make
actually
some
split build
adjustments
an
real quick.
airfield is all stuff that I just do. I don't have to think about it anymore. If you want some examples where I apply a lot of the tips in this video, I recommend watching my scenario tutorials for Amity Airfield, Fungus Roost and Rainbow Summit. I show you there how I go about beating those difficult scenarios and how I create the parks.
And
I
now
also have a download for the completed
you
park
want to
simulator
place
if you would
doggy
like to
zones
take a
like
look at that.
this.
If you think there
Fuss.
is something useful just
If
in
you
this
have
video, you
that's
can leave a
residential,
like and
just put it
subscribe
back
to my
over
channel if
here.
you want to see more of this kind of content. I want to thank you very much for watching this very long
And
video,
also, if you
and I
have
will see
an
you in the next
expressway
video.
to connect to places, you can do that. dude.
Instead, selecting one topic or showing on one location, I'm going to give you 14 tips for
And now
scenario
you want
planning,
a bus
training,
depot
getting good stats on
and
your
a
parks,
taxi
and
depot.
staff management. I hope I can teach you something new and useful in this video, even if it's only just one small thing.
And
This
some
will purely
bus
optimize for
stops.
your scenario gameplay and not for making pretty parks, so do keep that in mind. They are in no particular order, although sometimes similar ones are grouped together. To make this video extra useful, please leave any tips of your own that I
These
did
will
not
be the
include in this
first 10.
video in the comments below.
Logo,
You guys are all great
function,
at this game, and with
and
your help,
reverse year
will become
1,
one of
2,
the most
and
helpful
reverse
videos
year
I've ever
2.
made. Quite a few of the tips in this video were submitted by people in my
Also,
Discord
the
server
trains
and
are
the
turning
Rollercoaster
back
with
too
Friends
much.
Discord server,
So make
so
sure
big
to put
thanks to
down
everyone
on
that
a
submitted.
one-way train road.
Now that's out of the way, let's get started with the first tip. Know and use your shortcut keys to make your gameplay
And
the
also,
most
if you
useful.
forgot your
You
water
can
supply,
customize the shortcuts
just
and
place
color
out
and arrange
some
them
water
with your.
pumps or
I'm
water
most using my
taps.
left hand for shortcuts, so I have the D for to list, R for right construction, E for path, Q for scenery, Q for pause, F for finances, D for research, and S for staff. There are also some standard ones that I use a lot, like the backspace and shift plus backspace to close open windows, and the plus and minus O2 that slow down the game in OpenRCT2. You don't need a dedicated mechanic for every roller coaster. If you set the inspection interval to the minimum of 10 minutes, one mechanic can easily handle 3 or 4 coasters. For example, this park
And
has
also,
20
if you
coasters
do
with
this
10 minutes
correctly,
interval
you will get an
inspections.
instant
5 mechanics can be
80
worth
or
more just
100%
one.
happiness.
Hiring fewer mechanics can save you a lot of money. Speaking about saving money on staff, there is a way to save money on handyman as well. You only pay your staff at the end of every week. So if you hire a handyman on the 1st of March and fire him on the 7th of March, you don't pay him anything. So if you have no handyman in your park and periodically hire about 100 of them for a few days in between their paydays, you can have a clean park for free. It requires quite a bit of micromanagement, but it can save quite a lot of money. It also works with mechanics, but it's a bit easier to do with handyman. If you make the queue lines for your coasters long enough to build 2 or 3 trains, you won't immediately lose all your income when it starts raining in pay-per-ride scenarios, assuming that the queue line actually fills up. When it rains, guests will pay anything for umbrellas. If you immediately raise the price to the maximum of 20 euros, every guest will buy one when it starts to rain, making you a lot of money. This is quite well known already, but it can't hurt to mention it again. On water rides, chairlifts and car rides, decrease or disable the minimum wait time. If you don't do this, you often have a lot of cars or boats just parked in the station, missing a lot of wait.
And also, if you want some dense
The
residential
high-intensity
or
races
dense
are
commercial,
very
just place it
important
in the
in the
zone like
pay-per-ride
this.
scenario. Increased tests increase the price that guests will pay for a ride, so a higher efficiency rating can lead to more
And
interest.
also, if you have some random
If your ride
transport
has a near
plugins,
empty queue line, that doesn't necessarily
just
mean
place
that
them
it
down.
doesn't get a lot of riders. It could just be that the throughput is so high that any guests that do get into the queue line immediately are able to go on the ride. The same goes for long queue lines, but the opposite direction.
And also, if you have some terraforming,
Mean that the ride is
you
popular.
just want to place down an airport.
Very low. Check the number of guests per hour that the ride has to get a more accurate picture. When playing with
Right in this
pay-per-entry park,
patch.
click on a bunch of guests and check how much money they spawned with. Guests are able to spawn with 4 different amounts of money in increments of 10. For example, in empty airfield, guests spawn with 45, 55, 65 or 75 euros. Once you have found 2 guests with a difference of 30 in the amount of money that they spawned with, which would be 45 and 75 for empty airfield, you know the minimum amount of money that guests can spawn with in that scenario. In this case, that is 45. Now that you know this, you can adjust your entry price accordingly to get the most out of your guests while making sure that every guest can come into the park. still cause issues every now and then, so it's best to avoid them as well. If you absolutely need more paths to prevent overcrowding, you can use fences to separate your double path into single paths. Make sure to not box yourself in when you're building new coasters around the edge of your path. I
Looks like
often
this.
immediately build some path around the new coaster, or sometimes even build a
Now you
new
want
path
to put
before I start
the
building.
sounds of that source
Please don't
attach a
make a new
boat
coaster too big. When you
or
box
bright
yourself
departments
in
like that.
situations like this. This was my very first playthrough of empty airfield.
Also, a
Path
school
layouts
just like
were
that.
terrible. It was quite annoying to get it to work because all the coasters were in the way. If you enable see-through rides, invisible support and invisible guests,
And also, if you have
might
some
even
random
spawn
nature
vomit and
plugins, you can play
discharge both
those
the
as well.
trains and fins. In OpenRC2 there's an even better option at the bottom of the
And
same
also,
drop-down menu that shows you all full bins,
before you
broken
forget,
path ornaments, and vomit and
it
litter
just makes
very
sense that you
nearby.
wanted at an airport.
Speaking of broken path ornaments, vandalism is caused by vandals, which are guests with red, angry faces. The thing that causes guests to turn into vandals is dirty path. You might think that them being unhappy or lost contributes as well, but it doesn't. This means that if you keep your path clean, you will not see any vandalism. When you build a shuttle coaster, always make sure that you have a bit of extra track at the end when you test the ride. Rides go faster and further with guests on the trains, so if the train is just centimeters away from crashing in test mode, it will very likely actually crash when some guests
Now
are
you
on
want
it.
to build a taxiway
If the
just
trains
like
of your
this,
coaster are
connecting
long
the two
enough, you
sides.
can put in steep
And now
sections
you
into
want
two
a
chain
large
lifts to make a
tower.
steeper chain lift, which can save a lot of space
And
and
also, if
keep
you have
money.
some random
You can
plane
also put
plugins,
bumpers in between if you like.
you can just
Some
place
trains,
down
like the Giga
those.
Coaster, Corkscrew Coaster, and the Suspended Swinging Coaster, are so long that
And
they
also,
develop
if you want to
extra
expand
steep
your
hills, so
airport,
you can still reach the
you can
destination.
expand it.
It does cost a little bit more to operate as you have more chain lifts, but this is quite negligible. Interlocking vertical loops can give quite a big excitement bonus because you get a couple of different bonuses all at once. You can build interlocking loops very easily like this. After the loop, do an unbanked medium sloped turn, followed by two banked small turns and a piece to unbank the track. If the medium turn was in the same direction as the looping, you need to build an extra straight piece to line up with it. Now you can build a level or gentle piece and then build another looping. Voila, interlocking loopings. If the coaster has access to banked sloped turns, you can make it even more compact with a small banked sloped turn and then a small helix. Keep in mind that this interlocking loopings bonus only applies with vertical loopings. Large half loops, normal half loops and corkscrews all do not work.
And
All
also,
three
if you
main
want some
tests of the ride have
elevated
contributed to park
transport,
value.
you
Since
can
it is
have
a
that.
lot easier to get a high intensity rating than to get a high excitement rating, you can build rides with extremely high intensity ratings to get a lot of park value for little money. Some good rides for this are super tall rotodrops and fast poised coasters with some unbanked small turns and a lot of inversions that do a lot of laps. Speaking about park value, it is quite annoying that as the ride gets older, the park value it gives goes down. However, if you leave a ride in test mode or close it after you've gotten the ratings, this will not age. This is especially useful when you combine it with a very intense ride from the previous tip that no one will ride anyway. If you have a lot of rides and charge for the rides, periodically go to your rides list, sort them by profit and scroll to the bottom. If there are any rides that are losing money, there's a good chance that they have decreased in value and guests no longer want to pay the price you set, so it's time to lower the price. Never ever build a boat hire that allows guests to roam free. They get lost or stuck very easily and it's just a pain in the backside to deal with. Boat hires are quite terrible rides, but if you absolutely want to build one, build a tracked one. It may not be as cool or as pretty, but at least your guests will not get lost. If your dinghy slide is going over a hill too fast and flies off the track, simply put a tunnel track piece instead of an open track piece and the boat can no longer fly off the track, no matter how difficult scenario, take backups every now and then. If you completely mess up, it's such a great feeling to discover that you only need to go back a few months instead of starting over entirely. These backups are especially important right before the deadline, just in case a bad crash or something similar happens on the 30th of October. Have some sort of quick way for determining the price you can charge for your rides. You could use the ride price calculator linked in the description for every ride, but that takes a lot of time and effort. Personally, I don't bother with changing the price of flat rides and often charge around 1.5 to 2 times the assignment rating for coasters. This allows me to very quickly set some prices that maybe aren't 100% optimal, but still quite close to the maximum that you can charge. If the scenario you're playing has a guest call and you charge for the rides, don't charge too much if you don't have the ATM available. If your guests become broke after riding 3 or 4 roller coasters, they will leave the park incredibly quickly and you won't get enough cash to close the pool. It can be a good idea to pause the game when you need to think about what you're going to do next.
Oh look, somebody finally went on the expressway. And I just realized, I left my busting belt on the buses for God knows how long, since the very beginning of this tutorial.
Because of excessive lateral G-forces.
So
If you have
I'm
above
gonna
2.80 lateral G-forces, you get quite a large boost to the intensity rating. And if it's above 3.10, you get an even larger penalty.
do that. You'll start 50 tickets per second.
Where the lateral G's are above 2.80. In Open RCT2, the graph turns red whenever it's above 2.80, but in RCT2 Vanilla and RCT Classic, you just have to eyeball it. Here is a table with the maximum speeds that you can take every element that produces lateral G's at without getting excessive G's. Place an hour or more below these values and you should be fine. Place benches and bins all over your path. They are incredibly cheap and will help keeping your path clean and your guests lighter. Don't place lamps, they are completely useless. Remember to customize your research. If you don't have an ATM available and need one, it can be worth it to set research to shops only until you get it. Themes and transport rides are generally useless, so disabling those is a good idea. Often, thrill rides and coasters are the most useful to research. If you really want to micromanage, use the same trick as with the handyman and briefly set
because there's people who face any disasters that will happen. I'll kind of say newbie, he will be scared if they face any disasters. Yeah, I must say that newbies would be scared if they faced any disasters because it would add a lot of micromanagement to the newbie city. I will also say that water and power would not exist in their city because they will become overloaded and will have a lot of micromanagement to do. And there's also a thing called a turbo. It's a small boat that can make you some cash, but your people hate it. It's a great way to cause traffic jams.
Counter the benefit you get from spamming microcoaster or building something like 6.3 volts. And lastly, don't forget to drown a guest at least once every week to satisfy the RCT laws. If you don't do this, they will get angry and book all your rides. Okay, maybe don't do that last one unless you're feeling it. And that were all the 42 tips that I have for you. I hope you learned something useful that you can apply to your own game.
We're gonna make people pay $3 just to enter the city.
You of course don't have to use all these tips to meet difficult scenarios like empty airfield, but the more tips you use, the more
Yep, that. Oh.
Also
Oh.
have a download link in the description if you want to play some Dota.
Now, if people will kill themselves, just make sure to play some crosswalks. It's not cheating, it's serious.
I want to thank you very much for watching this very long video, and I will see you
I don't know why,
in the next video.
but humans are rebellious. And also, this will be a barrier for our city. Yep, it's a great way to cause traffic jam. And also, if you have some random runway markings, you just want to place those down. Or if you don't want to place them down, you can just remove them. And now we're going to assign this plane to a runway. And we can add a plane. Or now we're just going to go with the T430 or the T340. We're going to buy the blue one. So now, yeah. Now we need a taxi transport there. And now, we want an entry. Oh no, it's the wrong spot. Yes, we do. And now, if you have some random airport plugins, you just want to place down some vehicles. So those are coach buses. And now you want to place the tugs. Now, if you want your plane loading, you want to have it docked. Now you want a gateway. Now if you want some asphalt, or to add decoration to your airport, you could just place some. Okay. Oh look, the tugs are finally make it. Yay. And now they have to pass through this road. And now for the gate. And also, your entry is offline. Just go place it down. Okay, we need the population to go up at least 1,000 people. And also, we need to upgrade to wealthy or media. And also, there will be corpses everywhere, so we gotta place a cemetery and crematorium. Just be safe. And there's also some animated buildings that you want to place. Let's place them down. Now it's getting full over here. So this river is going to be fully separated. Ain't there? Now that allows for more space, more buildings to fit right in. Go to turbo mode. I've been saving tickets for the last 10 minutes, so look how much tickets I have. Please focus. I promise these supports are stable. The honey oxygen is out there. Now you have some random condo buildings. You just want to place them down. Yeah, where the oxygen is up here. Oh, we have a vandal. Look at that ship crash near the shore. Look at these guys. Guys, I promise these supports are stable. I wonder how the oxygen is up there. Down right here, this used to be an abandoned castle. Yeah, fun fact, there used to be a castle right back there. Yeah, near the lamp pole, the castle was right here. But it took me so long to build this city that it has been abandoned a long time ago.